Welcome to the program. Time is 11:37 p.m. September 4th, 2019. I am your happy healer for President, Keith Landi. It is great to be here with you tonight, and it is 11:30 p.m. I had just got done watching a program I got into a bit here on Netflix. What can I say? Sometimes art is the thing that gets our minds expanded and helps us see things within the human story that is so true, especially true to our development now as people. What we're doing, what we have to do, what is our challenge to do. And that's, if we don't live up to that challenge, we're going to have some problems. So welcome to the program. Welcome. So in this particular program, what was happening was you have people that they do things out of love, don't they? Don't everybody just do things out of love? They persist and they carry through and they carry on. They just don't stop. They just keep trying until they get through. And that's love. Love doesn't stop. It's that annoying thing that even in the face of failure, that thing that just doesn't give up. I want to see how long I can keep with this button for. I meant to do this earlier. Some things require two hands. Alright, there we go. I like it when you have those shirts that you could just do it with one hand. I should have used my right hand, but I had this, oh well, neither here nor there. So folks, welcome to the program. And it was that I was just watching a movie where these folks were on a spaceship, and you end up getting to these different points in the story where you have to make choices. And often these choices are of life and death. And we are all the time approached with these situations in real life, aren't we? I love science fiction movies and shows and series that get us thinking about these kinds of truths that are so true in our time, because we are in very much so very magical times where even so many science fiction movies of just 20 years ago today are reality, and that's going to continue being true, except for the reality is coming even quicker. And that's part of what our run is we are ushering in a new age of technology that serves the American people and all humanity, and it makes our ability to deal with many of these crises much easier. And that's very important, because through love we can do so much. And that's what I'm really interested in talking about. I want to talk about our real problems and our human story within those real problems, and about art, because that's a big part of my story, and that my story matters in my candidacy. So allow me to tell my story, please. And that we are bringing more people onto that story, and that this is a growing campaign, and it's a campaign for love. It's about love, and we're putting love on the ballot in my campaign. Love is a powerful enough force that when you put it on the ballot, it can win Love is a powerful force. We know that. And either way, your happy healer is committed to living in love and living with love, and that love works. And I love all. And when you're allowed to love and you have a system by which that allows you to love and keep the system fair, and justice is so important, it's a cousin to love, then that system works. And that is how the happy healer has learned to survive in this world. It's not something that's for sale. Self-help books, things like that, their main goal is to get people to come out of their death hell spirits and to come alive again. That's what I offer for free. And I'm proud of that. I've helped a lot of people because you don't have to be without hope. The last song was so loud it was like an earthquake, and now this one's so low, we got to turn it up a bit. And that's it. I fill a few roles, and I'm good with the media. And I like doing media. Media is a fun thing to do, and I'm going to do more of it. And we're going to do more art, and we're going to really help get into some really deep situations that art allows us to delve into that we can't even talk about. Like, we're not even there in so many situations. It's easier to make points in art. In so many situations, it's easier to explain the stories that are happening in America and be true to those stories, and that art helps us get there. And so I love art. Art is our friends, and there's nothing wrong with that. And then that's coming from the honest broker of truth. That's the truth. And in fact, it's overtaking our lives in so many ways. It's a great thing that people are becoming more creative and that they're thinking about their purpose in this world and about their story and how they have purpose and value. I talk about that a lot because that is the thing that keeps us going. It's the fire we have to keep burning. If we're not burning that fire, we're not moving our goalpost forward. We have to move that goalpost forward. By golly, no matter what we do, that goalpost must be moved forward. And that is the way we do that. We keep our warriors for love feeling so loved and so important because their importance and value count. It's that simple. It's just like in those movies I was just watching a moment ago. If the captain in previous situations had not made the decisions that she made in order to save the crew, then the whole crew of those ships would have been lost. Okay. So 10 people had to go. It was a tough decision. She had to push the button. Pushing it meant the death of 10 of her friends. But it also meant saving the rest of the crew. Love makes compromises. I've been telling you this, and we can use art to explain sometimes what those compromises look like. And they're not fun. But that's because together as a humanity, what matters most is that we all succeed. We know this. We get it. That's our great story. And that's why it's important to recognize that we do have a larger spirit at work that binds us all. And that you can see it and you can feel it and it's tangible and it's love. Love answers so many questions, and I intend to put it on the challenge, and it will pass that challenge. We will test it in this campaign. You will see that it will pass the test every time. Love always finds the way. If not right away, eventually, but usually right away. Love is right on target, and you know it's right. That allows you to make decisions and move quick and make decisions that are right for your life. That's clarity in a time of confusion. That's exactly what people need. So important. So moving forward also, and I should have started off by talking about some of this stuff, we've got new plans for the campaign. We've got the air conditioning in the car fixed, the kinds of things we have to deal with starting at the bottom. It's just the way it is. But we have to show a measured approach even to these problems. We plan on running a country. We have definitely got to handle no matter what we are in. And that's what makes people at the bottom like ironclad. And they can handle just about anything, especially if you've been through all the different levels, you know. And you know if you've been down there and you've got a heart, that it brings you back down there, that making that trade-off in the greed system is just too much for some people, in that for some people that means a life on the bottom. So we just have to realize in humanity that love really is the only way that we are able to take care of a human being in a full and complete way, which that has to be our main goal. Otherwise, it's not about self-determination for the human being. It's that simple. Because you could not be any more so self-determined to have a life of purpose and value, to be able to answer to the core of the question of our purpose is to say that we are here for a reason beyond just rotting for nothing. The hell that people make, and the hate, and the death, and that it doesn't have to be like that, and that together we can unite. And that we need to. And that failure to do that would be our certain demise. It would be our certain undoing. We can't have that. That's why I'm running. I know that if I don't run, there's nobody else that's really offering these solutions for us. And that they should be on the ballot. They really get to the core of what the problem is. They allow us to deal with that problem precisely. And that's precisely what we need to do. So we're branching out also. Oh, what I want to tell you is we have a lot of behind the scenes coverage that will be so artistic and opening and just revealing and magical. So many amazing things to share. You won't be disappointed. And ideas and ways that we're pushing the campaign forward that is comfortable for me. That's most important. And that we can grow from. Because ultimately we have to have the room for growth, and that people have to be comfortable. That's so important. Folks, I can do this. Okay? But we have to be comfortable. You have to have leadership. You have to know how to lead. You can't just get blinded. You have to realize my world was magical well before I ever got started here. So I'm bringing the world up to be magical with me. It's not so much about the world blinding me. I'm already a light. And so that's really important to know that for people who are thinking about supporting your happy and humble happy healer. I am already a light. I will not be blinded by the light of all the cameras and action and craziness that is this hell, oftentimes. But it's also the beauty, that is the humanity, and it is the attention when you're in that moment. And that's fine. I'm not blinded by any of that. I can see clearly. I can hear clearly. And I listen. And I understand. I have empathy. And that's important to know that of a leader. How often do these guys even talk about it? But they should be talking about it. So I am always open. And with an open ear and an honest heart, I hear you. That is important. And that's so important. That's so much more important than a college degree from Harvard. I assure you, and I assure you that when I am President of the United States of America, having the ability to listen will serve this country so much further than a simple degree from any college. So, watch out for this stuff, the behind the scenes stuff that we have. And I'm already talking. We've made some bold predictions. Those predictions have come to pass. And it's not really a prediction. It's more of a being able to see. It's having vision. And it's having a feel for things. And on the 29th and even earlier, I was talking about I felt a miracle coming on and that this hurricane wasn't going to hit us. At some point, I felt so for sure about it. Despite running for president, I was saying it. I was putting it in words. And I felt so compelled to do that because I felt, since I can see so clearly, let me show the people that my vision is so clear. And then that if they see that my vision is so clear and that my approach is sane and reasonable, that I'm calm, that I understand, that I can be trusted, and that I have vision for where we need to go and a plan when everybody else lacked to even have a plan for peace and unity and to deal with our national crises fast approaching and on many fronts. I have a plan. And that we're ushering in a great new age of human enlightenment. That is to deal with so many things that people and politicians, doctors, behaviorists, psychologists, so many have been dealing with and failing to deal with racism and bigotry and some of the very deep human psychological issues that love would take so much better care of. And we can all agree on that, despite what we do in our sciences, and we have to do so much more than what we're doing. It's just that love will ensure us the ability to do that so much better and so much faster and so much brighter. So true. We have to trust in that force of love, that it's a spiritual force. If we allow it to be, it is the force that will bring us together, unite this country, and make it on a loving path that knows how to win and love and to put a smile and afford a smile on every face. We each become happiness officers. We care. That's what caring does. It's not enough to just that you're alive. You gotta have a life worth living. That's our next new frontier, folks. Let them be so bold to put it so clearly. Our next new frontier is no longer merely staying alive. We figured that out. In fact, we can even go above and beyond that and now ensure folks a life worth living. That's why that's my campaign promise. In this campaign, we will show you a life worth living. God bless you. God bless your families too. Continue to follow the website. So much truth is coming. We are exploding in this campaign all the time, pulling out the stops and growing in ways that you could never imagine. And that we're growing with people. We have Jeff involved. We have Al involved. We have more of that story coming up. And we have things you could not even guess. Stay tuned, watch, get involved, help, donate, and we'll see you soon.